Okay, here we are, everybody. God, it's starting to kill me, but it's another episode of the Selling Hobson by the Pound, and this is the listings this week for test pressings, I think. Remember, we're in the heart of my EMI collection, and we got a few other little goodies here, I have to admit. First is an EMI, Rimsky-Korsakov, Prokofiev, Berglund, Pravo Berglund, sorry, butchered his name, Bournemouth Symphony. Great sound, love Berglund conducting, nice copy, you don't see often. Here is a record you don't see often, ultra rare, The Art of Joseph Szigeti, okay? This is in honor of his 80th birthday, and it's on, I guess this is a Columbia set, and it's got this beautiful book inside, later Columbia issue, but I mean incredibly collectible box set, collection of a lot of the great recordings that he did for Columbia, with notes by Thomas Frost, the director of Masterworks at CBS Records. This is going to go for big money. Here is a famous recording, Swan Lake, Tchaikovsky with Ensemble and the Swiss Roman, SXL 2107 and 8. It's a 2-record set. This is an audiophile reissue from the late 1990s, unplayed. A beautiful copy, quite frankly. So original copies of this that I've seen before, $500-600. So nice copy to be aware of. Here's another in that series that we've talked about before, the Angel 45 RPM Sonic series. This is actually an EMI recording, but Angel put it out here in the United States, and they mastered it at Capitol Records at 45 RPM and pressed it on pretty darn good vinyl. I say EMI Angel audiophile 45 RPM series, cut at Capitol, Hollywood, pressed at Capitol Pressing Plant. Very dynamic recording, cut onto 2 sides at 45 RPMs. With grooves only cut on the first half of each side to minimize tracking distortion as you get towards the inner label. Very quiet surfaces, and at 45 RPM the music is relaxed in its dynamics. Fabulous effort, top recommendation, long before Classic Records 45s. So anyway, audiophile from major label back in the 90s. Here's a historic recording, a Japanese pressing of Cortot doing Ravel. This is piano with Charles Munch conducting. These Japanese reissues are absolutely stunning. They do such a good job. Very quiet surfaces. Here's Respighi the Birds and the 3 Botticelli pictures, Neville Mariner, St. Martin in the Fields. Exceptional. Remember our fun people, Bishop and Parker effort for EMI in terms of production and recording. The Birds is a beautiful piece with very royal/regal orchestration. Nice copy with quiet surfaces, top recommendation. Beautiful cover too. I like that color. Here we are in the Andre Previn series. Remember, he did a whole Rachmaninoff series. This is the Symphony No. 1, Bishop and Parker production. Great dynamics, low level detail, and very quiet pressing. Top copy. Recommendation. There you go. Previn, LSO. Here's Previn. This is one of the super disc list items. This is a reissue of that Alto High Fidelity 180 gram audiophile reissue from the original master tapes. Cut at EMI Abbey Road Studios, pressed at Palace in Germany. Very quiet pressing, by the way. Mint copy with near silent groove noise. TAS HP Super Disc List. I put amazing sound. Wow. Remember, not many things get a wow from me. So here we go. Ravel 2 piano concerto with Mazel conducting. Big lush recording of Mazel conducting the National Orchestra of France. Beautiful playing in sonics that are out of this world. Jeez. This has audiophile sound from the first note. Top recommendation. That's ASG 3845. Here we go, a few leftover beauties. Mercury Living Presence. This is a big record, very sought after. This is Starker doing the Schumann and Lalo concertos. RFR1, RFR4, I put nice copy. So this is, you just don't see these Starker records anymore. They're really collectible. Here's a Parade Detroit Ballet Highlights from French Opera. Promo copy, 35 millimeter recording, RFR1, RFR1. Big Sound, original inner sleeve, promo stamp on jacket. There we go. Promo not for sale. Very desirable. Here we go. This is SR. What the devil's the number on this? This is a promo copy because it's got that strip on the front. But let's see if I can see what the darn number is. SR 90309. It's Shostakovich String Quartet with the board and string quartet. RFR1, RFR1. Hot stamper side 1. Remember when I talk about hot stamper, it means that there's very little run out. It's Wilma cut this, or was there when it was cut, and she wanted as much level out of that as you could possibly get. So she really loved it. Exceptional quartet recording. You feel like you're part of the quartet. It's so realistic. Side 1 is amazing in its dynamics, capturing all the nuance and beauty of this very famous quartet. Kudos to Mercury team and Wilma Cozart Fine. Bravo. Pressing is superb with exception of pressing defect on side 1. Ah, glad I mentioned that. At the end of track 2, pop for about 10 revolutions. Sadly, the defect cannot be removed by cleaning, but other than this minor blemish, the pressing is flawless. Highest recommendation. So, happens. Here we go, back to Szigeti. Prokofiev Violin Concerto, London Symphony, and Stravinsky. Very, very famous recording, SR 90419. Later pressing, but says exceptional copy of the Szigeti at his best and perfectly captured by the Mercury recording team. RFR1, RFR1. Couple things left. These are the great London bluebacks. Although this is not a blueback. This is this came as a blueback. It's Ruggiero Ricci doing a whole number of different things like Carmen, Fantasy, Introduction in Rondo Capricciano. It's Gamba in the London Symphony. A famous recording, by the way. Original copies of this on SXL, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars. This is a very clean FFRR copy. So it's after it's about maybe a third pressing. Remember what I've said before. Often what you find is later pressings of these are quieter than some of the earlier pressings. And this is an example of that. Very, very great recording. I put top rate. Here is, now this is a blueback, right? There's the baby blue blueback, FFSS, deep groove. This is Ricci doing Sibelius and Tchaikovsky violin concertos, and with the LSO. Nice, nice copy. And then finally, Campoli, another violin aficionado. Paganini Chrysler Concerto in one movement for violin and orchestra, and the Saint-Saëns Concerto No. 3 in B for violin and orchestra with Gamba also conducting the LSO. This as well is a London blueback. These records are rare. Deep groove, beautiful pressing. So there you go. That's the offerings for this week on test pressings. So good luck.